Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. I am the Almighty Jaguar, one of the four mentors of FX Goat. So, as you've been asking for this, we decided to bring it to you. Yeah, you guessed it right. It's the NASDAQ and indices strategies. You've been asking for these ones, so we decided to bring it to you because we care about you. So before we jump into anything too hectic, it's very important for you to know what is the definition of NASDAQ. So NASDAQ 100 is also best known as NAS 100 US Tech, NAS 100 Index, or US Tech 100. It is the market capitalization system which features more than hundreds of the largest publicly traded non-financial businesses on NASDAQ Composite Index, namely Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and Amazon. It is a global electronic marketplace that is used for buying and selling of securities, as well as the benchmark index for technology stocks. So that is actually the definition of NASDAQ. It is important for you to just know the definition and the background thereof for you to understand the most difficult and complicated things that are going to come after. So what you must know is that there are different strokes for different folks. So same as with NASDAQ, the naming of it all depends on a particular broker as towards which name they want to use of NASDAQ, but it must always contain NAS 100. But we always get students asking us like, do I have NASDAQ in my broker because I do not see it? So you just have to Google other names of NASDAQ, but this course is also going to help you to familiarize yourself with other terms that are being used. So here it says the naming of NASDAQ differs from broker to another, and these are the other famous names thereof, which is the US 100s, the NASDAQ 100, the US Cash, and the US Tech. So before we can jump into all the kind of different strategies that you're going to be getting from the four of the mentors of FX Code, it is very important and very cardinal that we take note of the following steps and tips that you will need when you have to trade NASDAQ before you even embark on placing an entry on NASDAQ. So the first one is that when we experience positivity on stocks, NASDAQ will also give positive results, meaning when stocks are bullish, NASDAQ will also be bullish. The second bullet point is that when we experience negativity on stocks, NASDAQ will also give negative outcome, meaning to say what, when stocks are bearish, NASDAQ will also be bearish. When I'm talking about stocks, I'm actually referring to the 100 of the largest publicly traded non-financial businesses. So the third most important one for those of you who will be getting this course from South Africa, as we are also from South Africa, is that according to the South African time, stocks open at 16:30. This means that the high volatility can be expected to take place from this time. Hence, we always experience a high movement on NASDAQ at these times between 16:30 and 17:30 GT plus 2. So the other point which is much more important that you must take note of is that it is very important that you master the price action, which also includes your support and resistance, your double top, which is your M formation, your triple top, the consolidation, and the double bottom, which is your W formation. This will also help you master breakouts. In that way, you will never go wrong when it comes to trading NASDAQ. So moving right along, there are a lot of brokers that have NASDAQ. However, we as the FX Code, we recommend the following brokers which will make your trading journey of NASDAQ to be the nicest one. For instance, we have Globex 360, which is a South African broker, and Octa FX, which is based in London, JP Markets, which is a South African broker, IC Markets, which is based in Australia, and Order, as well as Avatrade. These brokers will make your life to be nice when it comes to trading NASDAQ. There are 4 strategies that will be covered in this course that you're going to be using to trade NASDAQ. So the first one, it's a VNW. So this one, it's a pattern as well as a reverse pattern that you have to be familiar with, And the second one is the M and the Z pattern. So that's your double top as well as your Z pattern. So the third one is your support and resistance, the so-called floor and the roof strategy, the RNS, as well as what happens when you are in a flat channel. Most of the time you're going to be experiencing the what you call an Elliott wave. Then these are the 4 strategies that you're going to be having, which your mentors are going to be explaining to you as to how it goes.